Welcome back, peeps. Welcome back to Sera's Adventures in Kenshi. Um, we made a little bit of off-screen progress because a lot of just mining is kind of annoying to watch, kind of boring, I guess. Big news is we saved up enough to get this here building, our own little storm house. We can just pop in here. We gathered enough building materials to go ahead and get us a research bench. And Sera's also hiding something. Sera just so happened to steal a bug man. Now, what is this bug man doing on our roof? I'll tell you. He was a hungry bandit that we've been using to train her attack skills a little bit, not intentionally, just when he wakes up and he tries to escape, whatnot, she has to beat him up. But this bugman that she's been carrying around, I think their time spent together and a little bit of Stockholm syndrome has maybe, convinced him that maybe this life isn't so bad. Maybe there's better things he can fight for than taking from other people. So her goal is to make him a friend. But I didn't realize that the prisoner cage is not a level 1 thing. I thought you could just research a little bit of something and build them. And I couldn't see it in the panel anywhere, so I had to look outside to realize that that is a Tech 3 thing. So it's gonna be a little minute before we're able to recruit Mr. Bugman here. So that's unfortunate. But every so often I will come up here. I will beat him up and put some food in his inventory, so he will not starve. He is malnourished, but he's not starving, so he's doing all right for now. Besides that, we got some of her skills up. She got attacked a couple more times. Not anything too great. Toughness is kind of getting up there. I mean, I guess when you continually just get your ass kicked, that tends to happen. She still can't really attack worth fuck, but her defense is getting there. So athletics getting there. Field medic, healing anyone that's downed. That's definitely getting up there. So she can patch motherfuckers up real quick now. She's good with that little sewing needle in your flesh. So let's make sure he doesn't escape. We're just gonna pop out of here real quick and then close it back. He doesn't mind. He's getting fresh air. He's getting fed every so often. He'll be alright. Alright. So goal for today. Mine some more shit. Make some more money. Maybe go ahead and recruit a different buddy other than Bug Buddy, because Bug Buddy's gonna take a little minute to get, but as long as he stays up here, we will recruit him to the cause. We fought him several times out there, kept beating him up, and then he'd come back around with his little gang. And Hivers are objectively the best race in the game, so they're just superior to everyone else. So we're gonna try to recruit him if possible, but we're gonna go ahead and go back to mining and see what else we can get into. I also want to sincerely apologize for the last video's quality, the audio problems, it just being too loud. This should be a lot better. I'm going to try to improve with each and every episode. Do more cinematics, better audio. Try to capture more of the interesting things, even though at the beginning there's not too much that's actually interesting. So As Sarah just runs out here with her little fucking bare feet, hauling ass. She's getting quicker, boy. She's getting. I'm telling you, she's gonna be. We're gonna make her legendary. So she's getting decent skill with this saber. I don't know what kind of weapons I would want her to use. I kind of thought she would be a katana girl, but you know that might not be true. It's up to chance. These dudes just got their fucking asses beat. That must suck. Damn, y'all are dying. Well, let's see if we can get some medical skill. Sarah the medic. There we go. Save this poor man. Rattled by the wastes. Alright, she saved these gentlemen's lives. Sarah is an absolute saint. She cares about the people of the wastes. We need to get that cash up. Especially if we're gonna work towards being able to afford whatever the fuck we need for tech level 3 research bench. And then the prisoner cage. So then we can recruit Bugman. And it looks like Bugman has escaped. I guess he didn't really want to join us after all. That's okay. We'll find him again. Or one like him. I guess Bugman broke our door in order to escape. Unfortunate. Okay, so we spent pretty much all of day 11 and most of day 12 so far just mining. So we managed to get a full inventory. He's not even gonna have enough money to take all of it. But now we have almost 4 grand. Alright, so after a fair bit of mining and a couple more fights, we decided to make the trek down to Squin because I needed some supplies that the hub does not have. Our Bugman escaped, but we managed to pick up another Bugman. So maybe we can hold on to him long enough without him escaping for us to be able to use him. I'm here for armor plates so that we can upgrade our tech bench to level 2. So then hopefully we can push towards getting it to level 3 and then being able to get the prisoner cages, which is then what I need to be able to turn over some of these guys. Start a small little group of freedom fighters. That's the plan for now. And let's check the bars while we're here and see if we get lucky, because we really do need another pair of hands. I believe we did get lucky. But we're here to talk to Ruka. Alright, and now we have Ruka. She is already significantly better than Sera, but she will help us accomplish our goals. Alright, new goal. Get back to the hub. Alright, so while trying to make it back to the hub, we encountered these 3 dorks, 3 starving bandits, but now we have Ruka with us, so we might have a chance of taking them on, and if not, we should at least be able to survive. We have better stats than them, but we are outnumbered. We've almost got him. Ruka's not really doing shit up here. Sera's gonna have to handle it if she can. Sera's fighting valiantly. Ah. Damn, so close. Ruka's fucked up. Sera is a motherfucking survivor, boy. Determined. Not gonna let the wasteland beat her. Alright, well, fucking Sera the Great here managed to bring herself and Ruka back to the hub in pretty much one piece. They're gonna rest up for some much needed healing. Okay, so we just completed the level 2 tech bench, and obviously, as you can see, I have the compact research bench mod because I like the way the smaller one looks as opposed to the big one. I believe the mod was meant so that you can use the higher level tech benches in buildings like this, but I just like the way the small one looks. I think the bigger one looks a little too messy, so that's just my preference. But we've got it assembled, and it looks like going to tech. In order to get tech level 3, we just need 10 books, which we just so happen to have. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on that. And that's gonna take a little minute, but then we should be able to build the prisoner cages and whatnot. So then we can, the next time we get a fucking bug man, because they keep getting away, we're gonna be able to convert that bug man to our cause. So that's the goal. Alright. Finally. After several days of just grinding and slowly getting the materials, we finally have a level 3 research bench. Tiny steps, tiny steps. We are making progress slowly but surely. And their stats are going up decently. We keep getting knocked out by starving bandits. We even go seek them out, even in groups of like 15, 20, just to go fuck with them and then get knocked out. And then usually with Sera, even if they're both knocked out, I usually have Sera just get right back up. So her toughness is all up to 46 already. So it's taken her a little bit longer and longer to get knocked out. So she's able to get more hits in, which means she's able to get ease up a little bit more. I did get her a katana, so she's working on her katana skill. Alright, my friends, we've been grinding for a good little while now. Grinding up materials and everything we needed to finish the cage. And an additional 2 cages as well. And with that achievement, we were able to hire some help. So we're going to be welcoming to the team these guys. Finally got a bug man. This is Glass. Let me know if you get that reference from one of my favorite webcomics. Probably the only webcomic I've never actually read. Not really into webcomics, but that one's a good one. It's from a webcomic series called Glass Mira, or Glasmira, however you say it. It's really good. The artist Patron, he does amazing work over there. It's a really good storyline. Really brings some life into Kenshi. So this is, his name is inspired by Glass, obviously. So and then we have Hilt. Both of these guys we rehabilitated from the wastes, so they will know greater purpose. So as of right now, this is going to be our team of warriors. We're going to be focusing on doing their combat training so that we have a chance of surviving the wastes at all to be able to bring about what Sera's trying to do. Not only that, you have warriors, but then you also need someone to help support the warriors. So we also got a few other people. We have these four: Gant, Flake, Dex, and Spitz. All have been rehabilitated into serving a greater purpose. These guys will work to help fund our efforts, um, and then later on down the line, I'll probably turn them into warriors as well, so that they can help with the fight. But for right now, we need someone to be able to mine and everything like that while I train the others. So these guys are perfect for that. As well as we saved up and got a pack bull. It's a pup now, and we don't really have a use for it now. But once we get to the point where we can craft a bunch of stuff, having one of these is super important, and it takes a while for them to grow. So I decided if I went ahead and got it now, by the time we need it, even though it'll take a fair amount of food to keep him alive, by the time we need him, he'll be full grown and he'll be strong enough to haul whatever the hell we need across the desert. So we also came up with the faction name, Sera's Saviors, because she is trying to start a freedom fighter faction to rescue the damned from the wastes. And part of that is turning these here bandits from a life of crime into a life of true purpose and community, fighting for something bigger than just themselves and just their stomachs. But we're going to focus on the combat skills of these guys, constantly getting them out into fights and trying to really level up their skills. So we can focus on that now, so we can still afford to eat and whatnot by having these guys mine for us, so they can make the majority of the money while still getting some combat training. And as we make these guys more powerful and we work towards setting up a base somewhere, which I'm not sure where I want to base at yet. We have all over the place, and most of the times I've played this game in the past, never really did do the base building, so that's actually kind of new to me. That'll be a new part of this playthrough. But I want to make a great city somewhere, but I want to have some research already done by the time we get to that point, so we can save up materials, research, and then set up a decent starter base and then grow it from there into a small city of complete freedom. And then I'm also thinking eventually having like mini bases all over the map, because we can have up to 256 characters. So I want to get Sera to a point where her people have like a main capital somewhere, and then we have like satellite outposts just in different places around the map. So we have homes in different areas, whatever we're trying to do, whoever we're trying to attack. We have little bases that are still defensible that we can retreat to, or completely abandon if we have to, you know. So all right, and while out here, everyone's mining, and a lone starving bandit came out of nowhere. So being that she is a Scorchlander, they are really good at crafting. So I think we're gonna go ahead, and this will be the last one that we take in, and we're going to make her our master crafter. So essentially, we just make sure that she's in good health. So we patch her up, then we put her in the cage, and then eventually she'll wake up and we'll be able to recruit her to our cause. Because out here in the border zone, you either just get left out there to die, or we can heal you, um, and show you a better life. And in my head canon, these people that join us could leave if they wanted to, but I believe that they realize that their prospects on their own or going back to being starving bandits are very slim. And while in Sarah's company, they're fed and have a purpose, so I feel like most of them would choose to stick with her. Alright, so I'm just sitting here worrying about my people, getting practice in with old Reggie, because we gotta level him up just like you would level any other character. You have to be careful with animals though, because if they get downed in combat, there's a lot of factions that will gut them for their meat. So as soon as they take meat out of your animal is permanently dead. So that's why I personally don't recommend starting off with, bone dogs and stuff like that, because as soon as you get knocked down, starving bandits specifically, I know, will slaughter your animals. But while we're doing that, just sitting here trying to mine, um, this lady with her rusty pipe is just so confident that she can take us on. She's got the heart of a warrior, because look how fucked up she is, and she just decided that she was gonna take our shit. Kind of bold. Kind of bold. I like it, and I want to see as she hobbles over here. She's specifically targeting Chisholm, I believe. But let's see. Let's see. Here comes Glass to assist. No, Trade Ninja, go somewhere, man. We can handle this, buddy. Alright, well. She's bold. She kept getting fucked up in the town. And we're gonna be leveling, we're gonna make Glass a medic. So we're gonna have him do like Sera did and just heal anyone. Now I'm looking for a hungry bandit. She's got decent stats. And she came out here and tried to take us on 1 versus 7, or however many we got out here. I'm wondering if maybe we take her in as well. And then I swear after that, I'll be done. I think we'll have enough people at that point. Because that type of bravery is what we're looking for. This lady could help us take over all of the hostile factions, all of the evil factions, the slaving factions. I love that no faction in Kenshi is quite black or white in terms of like morality. Well, I guess a few of them definitely are, but a lot of them are just in different areas of morally gray. Like each faction has, at least of the bigger factions, the more substantial factions, there's pros and cons, plus and minuses. There's no objectively good faction. So she's gonna sit in here and heal up. She's gonna be in a recovery coma for quite a while because her yeah, negative 36. So, but now this lady seems like she's all of a sudden ready to talk. So we just walked over here, talk to her, and then this is just to join as she, or as he is. I guess this is actually a guy, maybe. That just has them join you straight up. This is kind of a cheaty thing to get the faction reputation up. I'm not gonna mess with that. That feels kind of cheaty to me. And then this is join me, but we gotta change. Like if you were to talk to one of the plastic surgeons, and this is the one that I choose, simply so that when they join me, their name isn't Hungry Bandit. Oh wait, no, this guy is a Greenlander. He's just dark. Ah, we've been tricked. We've been bamboozled. You trickster. You got lucky, guy, because we were just gonna leave you to die in the waste. You know what? Just for that, we're gonna call him lucky. And even though he's not a Scorchlander, so he doesn't have all the crafting pluses, he, essentially he submitted a bullshit resume and got the job. We're gonna have Lucky do all of our tech studying. So let's actually queue up some stuff. I also have training mods. You can see that some of them seem like they can be kind of cheaty. Like I think the better training dummies, I think it gets up to dummies where you can train attack up to 75 and stuff. I feel like that's a bit ridiculous. I feel like maybe 20 to 30 maybe would be alright, but I'm not even really planning on messing with any of these. Maybe except for like simple lockpick, turret training, something simple like that. But we want to learn this stuff. We want to get into making armor and weapons. So in order to do that, we're gonna need a lot of books, a lot of science, and I believe I have the Hive Expanded mod or something like that, because I don't think these are in the base game. Hive notebooks, I've never heard of those before. But it gives, I love Hivers, and this gives Hiver plate armor, so stuff suited specifically to them, which I'm not sure may have been in the game. That may have been what the South Hive was rocking. In all my previous playthroughs, I actually never ran into the South Hive. Most of my playtime is actually from a while ago, before Chris had even finished the second half of the map. So when it was just the left side, he did it in quadrants, I believe, with the first being the top left quadrant, or maybe the bottom left quadrant. I can't remember how he did it, but there was like chunks of map as he developed the game. And the majority of my hours, I've several hundred hours in this game, but the majority of them came from just fucking around with different saves and stuff, back before the second half of the map was ever even done. And so there's a lot that I didn't really see, haven't experienced, and the game was very different back when I used to play it. A lot of the information that I have now on the updated game is from watching gameplay. I like to watch this game, just because the stories are so unique and everyone's playthroughs can be completely different. Maybe some similarities, but specifics are definitely different. And that's one of the things that I really love about this game, the infinite storytelling value. But anyway, so we want to be able to make Hiver gear, all kinds of, the plate armor, being able to make like samurai armor and stuff, because I think that's some of the best looking armor in the game. Alright, here we go. Go time. And you know what? We're just going to have everyone show up. And there's another bug boy. I love the Hiver so much, I have to take another bug boy if I get the opportunity. Won't mess with any of these people. Except for there's an actual, okay, we got actual Scorchlanders here. We really need one of those guys. I'm not trying to grow my group too big, too fast. But we're going to need people, and we need people that are going to be good at their jobs. So maybe Lucky can just be a warrior, and one of these Scorchlanders, if, assuming we can take all these guys down. I would just steal another Bugman and a Scorchlander. I might have a problem. Okay, so we're just gonna get everyone involved here. Sera's gonna do most of the heavy lifting, but as these guys definitely help pad for Sera. So she has time to take them out one by one. Reginald, what are you doing? Reggie boy, get out of here, man. Let you passive. I mean, we gotta get your strength up, but I think we need tougher characters before we let that happen. Yeah, everybody get in here. Get in there and fight. Okay, so we have several people down. Still have a lot of people up, though. Sera's, of course, kicking ass. Lucky's not doing anything. You need to get in here and fight, Sera. Because Sera's not going to be able to beat all these people by herself. And if they don't help hold off enough, Sera's not going to be able to do enough to beat all of them. But we'll see. I don't know if Sera can do it. Ruka and Hilt are still up. Glass is still up. They might be able to do this. That bug man just got back up. Oh, bug on bug action. Bug on bug crime right here. You hate to see it. You hate to see the bug on bug crime. It looks like we may have actually won that engagement. Look at that. Save that bug man. Okay, so only the newbies fell. You guys are doing alright. Okay, so Glass, pick up your fallen brethren here. And then we need to grab our wounded compatriots as well as one of the Scorchlander. Alright. Now that we've rescued everyone, go ahead and make our way back to the base. Sera's Savior's doing fine work out here. That's definitely one of the bigger, that's the first bigger sized engagement that these guys have won. Usually groups of that size were bringing us down. And if you look, stats wise, Sera's becoming decent into the, mid-20s attack, low 30s defense, getting good with katanas. Toughness is insane, already at 50. She gets knocked out a lot. But hey, she's doing it. Almost level 40 medic, 22 science. And Ruka, of course, starts with some of the stats at 10. We're getting her up here though. She's getting better. Her toughness at 23. Hilt was a starving bandit, and his stats are already coming up. He's been in a few smaller engagements with us. So his stuff's going up. But now that we really have a solid foundation, now is when we'll really get to grow. And we've got to save some of this coin to make a big trip to Squin. Take the whole gang to Squin. Try to get everybody outfitted with some basic gear, just so that they're not in these crappy looking rags anymore. But we'll have to save up quite a chunk. We might have to use Reggie for that. Try to get him to Squin. It's not far, but it could potentially be dangerous. I think most of the groups of, at least the smaller to medium groups of starving bandits, we could take down. But if we come across a similar sized pack of dust bandits, it's a wrap. We're not close to that level yet. They would absolutely annihilate us. Although I'm not entirely sure if dust bandits kill your animals when they down them, because some factions won't take their meat. I'm going to assume that dust bandits do. I could be wrong about that, and if you know the answer to that, definitely let me know. Okay, so now Glass, put away the other bug man. Now we have another Hyper that we can talk to. I feel like Glass would talk to him. And just so they're a little distinct, I want to make this guy a little bit bigger, like slightly beefier, and a fair bit taller. Alright, now welcome to the team Beef. His name is Beef because he's going to be a beefy stick boy. I absolutely adore hivers. We don't even have enough beds for all our fucked up dudes. That's gonna be this engineer's job right here, buddy. When you wake up, you have your new assignment. You're gonna be an engineer and a master crafter. And that's what he's gonna work on. Getting some more beds in here. At some point, because I've never played out of the hub, and like limiting yourself kind of to a city at the beginning, it's completely different to me, and you have different challenges. Like you can't just go mine stone, you know, or at least it's a little different. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make even bigger HQ out of this building. 12,000 cats, and then however many fucking pieces to repair it. That'll be a project. Then we can have a proper faction HQ for Sera's saviors. Because Sera's from the hub. She was born in the hub, she lived in the hub before it was destroyed. So she loves the hub, and she loves the border zone, and she wants to see it do better. And yeah, I'm not sure exactly which mod makes it so that you can have southern hivers that just kind of occupy the world. I mean, it kind of makes sense to me, even though the southern hive is aggressive to outsiders. I imagine that its lost drones would be the same as western hive lost drones, with some turning to the fog and some finding some sort of independence. I don't know how Reginald is a level 5 field medic. I don't understand that. Okay, see, now Sera's got a decent little posse put together. All of these misfits, they're gonna come together to make something great. Alright, peeps. So we got Reggie loaded up with some very valuable ore. And we already exhausted the money of the 2 bars at the hub, so I think now is when we begin to make the trek to Squin. Not sure if we'll survive. Not sure what it calls for. I think starving bandits we might be able to deal with. But dust bandits, they would definitely still take us down. We don't have the power to take on dust bandits or any of the Shek bandits, the different Shek factions. So hopefully we don't run into them. Squin's not far away, but in this game you never know. Sera's gonna try to lead her gang to Squin for slightly better opportunities. We'll probably stay there for a few days, a week or so. We'll have to probably send someone back to care to the 2 prisoners that we still have, so they don't starve. But I think I'm gonna need every hand we got in case we get attacked. So heading out into the night. But you know, Sera's got faith. With Sera, Ruka, and Hilt and the Bug Boys, they got decent enough stats, I feel like, to hang with medium groups of starving bandits, but there's only one way to find out. So we'll see if this was a good decision or a bad decision. And Reggie can't run very fast, so he's loaded down. This is strength training for him, which is valuable, so he'll help us later on. But This is their first trek as the Sera Saviors, leaving the hub. We'll see you if something happens, or if we make it to Squin.
Ooh, far from the home I knew, but the road feels warm with you. Though the nights grow sharp and cold, your footsteps ease the weight I hold. Soft words traded, stories thin, walls we carry crack just a bit. You watch the ridges, I watch the sky. Two tired travelers let time pass by. Ooh, far from the home I knew, but the road feels warm with you. Though the nights grow sharp and cold, your footsteps ease the weight I
All right, my friends. We actually made it all the way to Squin. No problems. We saw a group of dust bandits that actually came through Squin before we got here, but I guess they walked straight through because they're no longer here. But yeah, the whole group made it. We didn't even have to fight anyone. Didn't even see too many people on the road. So sometimes chances pay off, because now we can hit these shops and sell way more. They have significantly more money. All right, now all that ore got us up to 16,000. All right, friends, we were able to spend a little bit of money from the money that we got, all those ores, and we got the guys some better gear, slightly better gear. What we could, it's not very good, but it'll do. And we got a little, some food and whatnot. Spent the majority of our money, so we're gonna see now if we can't pick off more starving bandits in this area and get into some fights with the dust bandits, now that we don't have to worry about losing Reggie, because he's safe in the city now. So we're gonna go ahead and try to get some of that done, but that will be in the next episode. So I appreciate you for tuning in. Hopefully this episode was a lot better, and hopefully they continue to get better as I get better with editing. But I appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.